What's up guys, Box here, bringing you guys a Fallout 3 mod video, and this is my second mod video for Fallout 3, and I've kind of been neglecting the people and the viewers of my mod videos, and it's brought me a lot of success on my channel, and I've been neglecting you guys, so I decided, let's start bringing the mod videos back. I'm hoping to bring a lot, and hopefully I can review every mod that I think is good, and every mod that I would be willing to use, and such, and some just funny, good mods. So anyways, today I'm going over a few visual mods, and this is kind of a combination. I suggest getting all of these, and if you do use Director's Chair, I do suggest on getting every single one of these. Now, most people will know about these mods, but anyways, first off we've got Cinematech by Gopher, Imaginator by My Good Eye and Mark Curious, Dynavision by My Good Eye and Gopher, and then Director's Chair by Gopher, which allows you to basically use all three of those first mods more easily, and it's more user-friendly. So anyways, let's kind of get into this. So basically what this is it's a visual mod, where all of these are visual mods, and if you use the Director's Chair, it's going to be much easier to use. But first off, if you don't use the Director's Chair, I'm just going to quickly show you guys how you would normally use these mods. So how you would normally use them is you would find these in your Pip-Boy. They will be automatically added, and you can go in and you can go and change the settings and such, and it's kind of just a pain. So that's kind of why Gopher made Director's Chair. It allows you to simply press F7, and this does require FOSE, so make sure if you don't have that installed and you need some help, go check out my video. It's going to be down in the description below. It helps you download FOSE and install it properly. So anyways, basically what you do is you just use your arrows up and down and right and left to change the options. So basically what this is a graphics mod. It allows you to change what the game looks like in real time. And you gotta remember, you cannot move while you're in this menu, so I suggest not doing this while you're in combat. But I'm basically just gonna show you guys a few of the Cinematech or Cinematech options, and these are kind of cool. Some of them don't really work very well and are kind of just completely destroy your vision in the game, but some of them are really nice, such as my favorite would probably be Purple Mountains Majesty or Ultra Cool Blue. I'm just gonna go with the Purple Mountains Majesty just because that's my personal preference. Now for the second option, it's a Cinematech style, and this allows you to change the kind of film kind of thing. It's kind of more just graphics, and my favorite is probably a Trek Vaseline cam, but let's just continue going on through them. That's also kind of cool, kind of makes it look more wastelandish. Black and white, soft edge and blur. This would, so if you had this disabled, as you can see, and I go to black and white with soft edge and blur, as you can see it is black and white. But we're gonna go ahead and put this back on. Purple Mountains Majesty, and as you can see, these would look different with this disabled, the Cinematech style. These are basically two different options, so you can either morph them together or you can have them different. So my favorite would probably be Washy Western, or either the John Wayne Slow Shutter. So I'm going to go with that. And Cinematech Film Grain, so it allows you to add some film grains, just a touch of static. Subtle Grain, I'm sorry Dave, I can't do that. This is kind of really strong, and it's getting stronger and stronger. As you can see, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this very well in the video, but there is a lot of static look in the background. Oh, nice, it goes into a cinematic mode. That's really cool. Perfect for this video. Daydreamer Believer. Some of these look actually really cool. High Once Upon a Time. Barely Survived the War. So some of these look really good, and these would be really good for like making like a movie kind of series or a TV or web series or something, or just kind of like, you know, a quick kind of montage in the game. And these are really cool. Baird's Box, Hollywood Heroes. I'm pretty sure this is the max one, and you'll see like strips, black strips and everything going over top of it. But my favorite is probably Barely Survived the War. And the Imaginator emitter, I'm pretty sure it makes it like brighter. My favorite would probably be just the Marquis Marvelous Modification High. And the Imaginator shutter speed, not quite sure of what this is. I'm pretty sure it just... I honestly couldn't even tell you guys what this really is. But Dynavision soft focus, so this is basically... I'll show you guys this. Soft focus is kind of... It kind of blurs a little bit. So if you want kind of a blur, let's look at this a little bit closer. I'm not sure if you guys can see that in the video, but look in between the chains and like the barbed wire and everything. You can see that it kind of gets more blurry, and also in the door, like the windows, you can see that the blur goes smaller when you take it off, and it gets more blurry as you put it on high. Now, the depth of field, there's multiple versions. There's a Dynavision Active, which is an active depth of field, which I will show you guys this right now. I'll jump down here. And I'll come up close to this, and as you can see, it blurs around the radio, which is a really, really cool effect. And I gotta say, this looks phenomenal. And personally, I love the dynamic depth of field. It looks awesome. You can change how strong it is, so you can change it from low, medium, high. And this doesn't really have a large impact. Now, it is not really as smooth as an E&B, but it's still smooth enough that it won't really ruin your experience with it. I personally like high the most because it just honestly looks better, and it's has more emphasis on the object that you're looking at. You can also change the focus speed, so as you can see, kind of makes it smoother. You can make it slowest, so kind of makes it more smooth, and then I would say fast is kind of like just makes it so that like as soon as you look at an object, it's like bam. So anyways, I personally would go with like around slow. As you can see, kind of has a nice transition to it. And these are the kind of settings that I would keep. I don't really know what this is. For a second I thought there was actually a crack in my screen, but those were just the wires on the radio. And it looks really nice. So if you don't want a certain one of these, like to have the actual director's chair, you have to have all three of the mods installed. But you don't necessarily have to have them enabled. Say if I don't want Cinematech, I can completely disable it, like this. Now I have no more Cinematech. If I don't want Imaginator, I can simply go like this, turn it off, and also if I don't want the depth of field, I can turn it off. Now also, I'm just going to quickly go like this and go turn on the collision mode. Or turn off the collision mode, I should say, and press F7 to close the menus. And I'm just going to quickly go up here so you guys can kind of see what this depth of field looks like. So I'll quickly go like this, turn the collision back on, and press F7, go to depth of field. I don't want to use the active, I want to show you guys what the horizon clean looks like. So horizon clean, it's basically just a blur in the background, so I'll kind of move it more like this so you guys can kind of see the background better. As you can see, right there, it has a slight blur. You guys may not be able to notice it in the video, but it does have a noticeable slight blur, and as I go higher, it gets more blurry. Highest definitely has emphasis, and this is a static depth of field, so it won't be changing and it won't have as much graphics intensive kind of usage, but the actual active Dynavision depth of field, it's really, it doesn't really drop your frame rate that bad. And as you can see, I keep my steady 30 FPS as I stick my FPS on 30. So if you guys normally get like 30 FPS or something like that, you won't really notice a frame drop. Some of you with lower end PCs, it may not be in your best interest to use this, but it totally depends. And I personally love this mod, so I'm just going to quickly go. As you can see, that does blur it. I'm going to put that on medium. Shutter speed, I still wouldn't really be able to tell you what that is. I'll go ahead and put the emitter back on. Go back and put the film grain. Barely survived the war. Cinematech style. Let's go back to the good old John Wayne slow shutter. And for this, we want to put on, as you can see, some of these do look really cool, and they would be really cool for like making movies or something on the game, doing like cinematics and such. And personally, this is basically a must-have if you like graphics enhancing on your game. And this is kind of just the look that I personally like. Some of you guys may not like it. Now, that's not the only thing you can do with this. I will also go like this and disable everything once again. Basically, what I'm going to be showing you guys now is I'm pretty sure it's the Imaginator part of the mod. And this part can be definitely helpful for you guys that are using things that don't allow you to change your brightness and such. So I'm just going to press F7 to close that menu. And for this Imaginator part, you just want to hold either 0 for the brightness, contrast, and saturation, or you want to hold plus for green, blue, red, orange, yellow, cyan, or however you say that, I still don't even know. And those are basically tints. So I'm going to let go of plus, and that menu will disappear after a bit. And I'm going to hold down 0. Now if I press 7, it's going to put up the contrast. As you can see, all does it real time. And I'll put that to around, let's put that to like 7. Now keep on holding 0 and press 8, and that increases the brightness. I can do it all in real time. It's really nice and really smooth. And press 9 for the saturation. So as you can see, if I hold it, it keeps on going up. And if I hold it back down with 6, it keeps going down. So this is a really cool mod, and definitely helpful for you guys that want to change the look of the game, maybe just subtly with these tints and such, or maybe you want to go with the actual Cinematech so-on styles, which really look cool in my personal opinion. Let's press F7 again to close that. And if you hold down plus and you press 9, that will increase yellow. If you press 6, that will increase cyan. However you want to say that. If you press 5, it will increase orange. If you press 8, it will increase red. If you press 7, it'll increase green. And if you press 4, it'll increase blue. So you can't actually disable all these from this. You can either go and change it in here and go to the Imaginator, so on. You can go to the Imaginator, go disable all Imaginator settings, or go to slight overall tints and reset the tint modifications. But as you can see, if I go here, it will tell us what we can do. So go back, done, tab. As you can see, we do have some weird settings on. So what you want to do is hold down plus and the dot button. If you press down both of those at the same time, it will reset all your tints. You can also find those disable settings and such for other hotkeys. So anyways guys, that was Cinematech by Gopher, Imaginator by My Good Eye and Mercurius, Dynavision by My Good Eye and Gopher, Director's Chair by Gopher, and those are all my personal favorite graphical mods, and I'm going to be bringing you guys much more mods in the future. And hopefully we can get at least one mod video out like maybe every second day. And then on Saturdays I was thinking of doing like a special mod video day where I upload like 3 mod videos in that day. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me whether you guys want me to bring more mod videos. I'm sorry for neglecting the mod video fans out there that are subscribed to my channel. I know it's a large part of my fan base. And anyways guys, hope you guys did enjoy that video. This has been Epoxy. Don't forget to stay sexy and stay gaming. I'm out. Peace.